All right. Okay. Everything should be working. If it's not, I'm going to cry. Will it? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, it's doing things now. Will it continue to do things is the question. Boop. Of course I want the live chat. Why wouldn't I want the live chat? Alright. Will this show? Or do I have to switch? Yes! Okay. Sweet. Alright. Things are working now, and that's always a fantastic sign. It's kind of sad that it's very surprising when it is very surprising. I don't know why it should be very surprising that everything's working. All right. Okay. Now that things are working, let's get started. Oh my gosh. That took far too long to figure out. Main thing that took forever was that I was trying to get my laptop to stream. It's a different laptop that is much better than my computer right now. Except one issue is that the dock that I'm using for it is junk. And the only one that works for this computer is not in stock. So that will be an issue rectified eventually. But anyway, I'm leaning back far too much. Where's that switch? There we go. All right. Now, it has been ages. And where's my check? I mean, I don't have a checklist for whenever I leave for long periods of time. That'd be frankly ridiculous. Nah. Oh, I forgot to call the stream something about having a good time or something like that. Anyway, that's besides the point. Oh, and I can't name it hello. Oh man. What? There's something that I wanted to do. What should I name this? I don't want. I can't think of anything clever, so it's just going to be Happy Day. Happy Day. No context. Because that's what we like to see, is no context whatsoever. Alright, so, with that out of the way, well, welcome. It's been ages. It's been far too long. And I'm not going to make any promises about anything being consistent, because we all know me well enough by this point that it's not happening whatsoever. No promises. We'll just play it by ear. All right. And it's a little bit earlier because I'm hoping to that this is before fireworks and whatnot, so people aren't missing out on the celebrations. To everyone else in the world, well, welcome to an ordinary Sunday for most people. Anyway, will I even remember how to do Luna's voice, which is not the next voice I need to do, but it's somewhere. At least we're out of Ponyville, and me poorly butchering Rainbow Dash's voice. Ah, poor Rainbow. She never had a chance. Rainbow did not have a slug's chance, an assault mine of getting through me without getting it completely butchered. Because I don't know what's with her voice, but I don't know if it's the raspiness to it. Something's off about it. But anyway, I don't even know what. Hold the phone. Yes, I want to see. I forgot what chapter we're on. I know a full moon and an empty heart sitting right there. But where am I? Past all that. And alright, chapter 47. Nice. Is this actual? Yes, this is. Oh, no. Why did I label it this way? I just made it harder for myself. Hold on, I have to go to my other tracking app to see where we are. Because I can't do math. I know it's hard to hear, but no, math is far too hard for me to remember. So it is 47, right? Yeah? Why did I relabel all of this? No! This is not what I'm not supposed to be making this harder on myself. I'm supposed to be making this easier. Okay, time for the third tracker app. Did I mess this one up as well? I have to look at my files. Hold on. Why do I make things purposefully harder? Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome. Welcome V, welcome MQ, welcome Demo. It's been a long time. And I'm excited to be here. And let's hope everything goes well. Because it usually don't. And I'm fine with that because, I don't know, it makes me endearing? It's just no idea. Anyway, where's my files? There? Have they even finished uploading yet? Come on, let me, just give me this. Give me this, please. Okay. And come on. Show me the money. Okay. So it's yeah. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. I forgot my own labeling system. Oh, gosh. I forgot my own labeling system. My first two were right. And then I tried to convert it to the way that V and Desk have been trying to label things, which I won't stand for. So, it's... Where are they? Come on, come back to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, other tracker apps. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Okay, so this is chapter 47. Okay, we're back on something. Track is kind of saying too much about it. I have a thing of labeling system where because V never put out V's never labeled his stuff in chapters until chapter 60, which is actually going to be chapter 61. Chapter 61 for me, so that's going to be fun. But the thing is that I kind of needed it to keep everything organized in my computer so nothing got lost, which only happened once. But so it's going to be labeled as chapter 40. 46. All right, back to the trackers. Come on. We're going back. I have to reload all that stuff again. No, not again. Oh, no. But this is actually something I learned from Dusty Cat when I saw a panel at him at the 2015 BronyCon. Was because he also does a lot of like a lot of narration stuff, and he's like, one thing that will make your life incredibly easy: labeling them. Even if they don't have numbers associated with them, labeling them. Hey, a neat mess is better than a mess, right? I think we can all agree on that. Let's be real. It makes some sort of sense to someone, so we're going with it. So, okay. I have to look. Okay. Yes, I want to but the issue that I'm running into is that where is it? Okay. So, this is okay, here we go. Okay. Man, it has been a while. If you forget your junk system, get junk again. Exactly. That is the best way to remember something, is to just do the thing that made you think about it in the first place. Okay, I think I got it. It is officially going to be chapter 47, but it's going to be labeled as chapter 46. And I forgot to shut off my phone. Be quiet. Shush. Anyway, yes, so that's how it's going to be. It's going to be officially chapter 47, but labeled 46. I don't know why I make this hard on myself. I make this far too hard. Oh, and I probably should save that. Yeah. 47. No. Agent 47 is not here right now. Oh, no. No, it's supposed to be chapter 46. And then labeled flu moon empty heart. And there we go. Oh, this is going to be great. Welcome, Z. Welcome. It's been ages. Anyway, now that I've officially agreed on what I'm going to label this, and it's probably going to be wrong when I transfer it to my actual computer to edit, but we're going to ignore all that. And we'll see how far we can get. It's only been a half an hour. We're making actually pretty good time. Last time you had me talking for a whole hour, so I'm getting better. Not by much, but it's not a high bar to clear in the first place. So we're going to just roll with it. I'm going to take the wins where I can get them. Oh gosh, I forgot how squeaky this chair is. All right. Changing of the guard. Chapter 46. A Flu Moon and an Empty Heart. What? No, it didn't even record it. No, it's on the wrong setting. No. At least I found out before. Yeah, there we go. It's on the wrong mic setting. I'm a good. I can. I'm a not. I'm a hobby. I'm a not a professional streamer. Let's do this. I can make sure that my mic's correct. Exactly. Oh, speaking of books, I don't know if I told you guys this, but but I I might have, and I might have completely forgotten. But I helped another author format their story to print. Probably told you, but anyway, I'm going to tell you again because according to things that I saw, it's been at least 2 months, and I have no idea when this actually was finished. But I helped another author get their book ready for publication, and it's great. Just go to uh, I think it's like the equestrianvault.org is where you can find all the printed pony books, and just look up Full of the Forest, and that's the one I did, and you can get to from there. But and I'm really proud of it, and you should all check it out. And great, I'm doing more in the future, and they'll come out sometime. No definite timelines, because we all know what happens with me in definite timelines. Hey, it's not screwing up. It's a screw up if it's an accent screw up that counts, not me forgetting my system, not me being able to set up my system correctly. I mean, you can keep the count because it's probably going to happen a lot. And I don't. The first voice here is Doctor Number A, so we're going. So I have to figure out what Doctor Number A is going to be, and that's going to be fun because I don't know what doctors sound like. Anyway, um, this is chapter 47, right? I have to make sure now that I forgot. Yes, chapter 47. Chapter 47. A Flu Moon and an Empty Heart. What is? I know it's I know it's the flu moon, full moon, but what's the empty heart bit? Is this referencing some anime I don't know? I only say that because it seems like everything's a reference to anime nowadays, and I have and don't watch anime or much of anything in all honesty, but I have no idea if if you could. Don't give me any points. I'm already failing. Oh man, no. He's saying you got a one up on me. So, I have no idea. Like, to be honest, I can't remember most of the early chapters. Anyway, I reread it. I reread the entire series like a few times a year, just because I'll be like, ah, I remember this one cool scene, and I'll go back to it and I'll read it. I'm like, that's great, and then I'll just keep binge reading until I'm back to the present. So every time I think of a scene, I just go back to it and then accidentally read the entire story again. I mean, some people read purposefully. I just get sucked into a vortex. So so either way, it's gonna be good. If 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 you can remember a reason, that'd be great because I've always wondered that because I'm like, a flu moon, an empty heart, and I'm like, I don't remember an empty heart being a part of this chapter. Is a song? Let me see. Where's Google? Okay. Um. Uh, Full moon, empty heart. Um. Uh, yeah. Let's see. Uh. Yeah. Full moon, empty heart. That's the only thing that's popping up. Hey, Lav. welcome to the stream. We're trying to figure out a chapter. We're trying to figure out what the chapter title's referencing. I don't know. This is an interesting song. If this is even like the song that this is referencing. No. No, go back. No, go. Stay there. I'm not touching anything else. It says it's like by Belly. I've never heard of that band before, so I guess I'll have to look it up after stream. From an old Far Side cartoon. I have to kind of remember. My brain's not working because I can't remember what Far Side is. I don't remember a lot of things, so it's. So it's something that I remember. Gary Larson, The Far Side. Hold on, I'm better at remembering images than names. Far Side comics. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I know. I don't know them by their names. Why would you think I would know them by their names? Yes. And it doesn't help that I constantly confuse Far Side comics with the Suicide Bunny comics, which are hilarious, by the way. And oh yeah, no, this is all right, Mushu. Like, shush the shaming, because I know what they are. I just didn't know the name of what they are. Images implant way better than words. All right. So images and audio implant information way better than reading ever could. So shush. Especially on that on reading chatter size. Shush. Well, first and foremost, should I give the doctor a very posh accent? I feel like I should give him a very posh accent. Because all doctors are kind of posh, right? Anyone? Bueller? And I haven't even shown you guys the stream yet. So, boom, there we go. Transitioned to actually what you should be seeing. You were just staring at the starting soon screen for half an hour. This is the height. We're not coming. There's no recovering. This is the height of streaming prowess right here. Every other streamer, terrible. Actually planning out a stream? Absolutely not. It needs to be off the cuff and absolutely a train wreck from start to finish. That is the height of streaming right here, right now. Anyway, where was I? All right, making him posh, making him very, very posh. Well, first and foremost, it isn't poison. No pony is trying to hurt your sister. Shows what you know. My powers of ignorance are unrivaled. Yes, ignorance is absolutely my superpower. Is people will be like talking about this major news thing, and I'm like, oh, I've never heard about that before. They're like, it was like a whole thing for like a month. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely think I've heard about it. It's like, how do you not know? At least to my knowledge, yes. Well, first and foremost, it isn't poison. No pony is trying to hurt your sister. Does he sound... Well, should I make him sound more wizened? I think wizened is a good doctor's voice. Wizened. Welcome, Lucas. Why is it such a hard-to-read color? That should not be that hard. Why is it green? Like bright green. I didn't set it to be that way. Why is... Also, why can't I just have colors be randomized for usernames? Because that would look the best. But no. It won't even let me pick. So it's just randomizing to lime green. Wizen doctor or just a very serious doctor? Or Alonzi. The three kinds of doctors. Well, welcome back, MQ. What did you come back to? I mean, no one knows. Let's be honest. No one knows what's happening anymore. And I haven't even started this fic yet. Or this chapter. Fic. I've started the fic. I haven't started the chapter. Because it'd be kind of weird if I'm just starting to record in the middle of the... Sorry. Stop shaking. All right. You good now? All right. Anyway. The demons of cynicism, sarcasm, apathy protect me from the badness in here. Welcome, buddy. Yeah, I think it's buddy. Sorry, I have the worst background to try and read all these things, and it doesn't help that it's far away and I'm blind as a bat. Why am I trying to read while I'm blind as a bat? No one knows. Not even myself, but it's a thing. If it's already too late. That is actually very accurate. Like, Desk might be wrong about a lot of things, but about that, he's absolutely correct. I don't think Moth Chaser's blind. I mean, she saw Idol's booty from a mile away. Although, if she was blind, that would make... If she was blind, that would make what happened in at the wedding a lot more awkward, because she'd just be lured away by Idol's scent, and it just turns out that, hey, it's evil now. Welcome, Lucas. I see it. Hey, anyone would see that. Absolutely. If people don't see it, then they would at least feel it because of how dense Idol can be sometimes. He's just a few moments away from being a singularity at points. Read a dad joke in Idol's tone. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, what one to pick? Ooh, should I pick a classic one? Oh, gosh. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's a good one. Oh my gosh, that would have been the perfect response. Oh gosh, I can't believe I didn't think... Well, I'm not as much of a dad as Idol is, but a dad joke in Idol's tone. I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something. I'm afraid for the calendar. Its days are numbered. Why do so many peaches fall out of the tree? Because they're pitted against each other. Alright. Everyone creating all the dad jokes in the server are fantastic, and I love them all. I love every single last one of them. You know, I went down to the shop the other day to pick up 8 cans of Sprite. When I got home, it wasn't until I got home that I looked back and I saw that I picked 7 up. my ex-wife says she misses me, but her aim is getting better. Where do Eskimos store all their bits? At the snowbank. Oh, wait, I think no, penguins. Is it penguins or snowmen? I've heard the joke 3 different times on 3 different variations, and I can never remember which one people is the best one. Oh, man, me thinking about Idle just reminds me that he would be absolutely terrified of astronauts because they take pony insanity up to a whole nother level. Just be like, yeah, I'm going to get uh, onto this bomb, and I'll be high and be so far above the ground, and constantly falling the entire time. Nothing could be better. What is an astronaut's favorite meal? Launch meat. More dad jokes. Brought to you after these messages. Drinking, singing, and said anything but dad jokes. Hey, dad jokes are my bread and butter. Or no, no. Dad jokes are my jam, and jam is what I put on toast. So that means that dad jokes are part of a healthy breakfast. All right, back to seeing whether or not this pony should be wizened or not. Well, first and foremost, it isn't poison. I always assume that they have like this ancient doctor always tending to them. He's actually quite good. He's filled in for like a century now. I gave all my dead batteries away today, free of charge. Why did... Oh, man. Oh. I remembered a good one, and then I completely... Oh, I went down to the shop the other day, and I went down to the bakery the other day, and there was this big pink fluffy thing swinging around the ceiling. It must have been a orangutan. Oh, I do know those Japanese wooden sandals. Dad jokes are my jam. What about marmalade? She is more like your marmalade. Oh gosh, they're getting worse. I love it. I love it so much. Geta? Get out of here. Am I asleep? Oh man. No wonder it's so hot. It's like 103 today. Probably pretty nice and chill for a lot of people. Maybe get a better. Well, I better get onto this, shouldn't I? Where you can store multiple get and rotating things. Oh gosh. Well, first and foremost, it isn't poison. No pony is trying to hurt your sister. Sister, I was whispering. Called a get a get a load of this, right? Well, first and foremost, it isn't poison. No pony's trying to hurt your sister. Princess Celestia's entire body seemed to relax, and she heavily and she heavily and she heavily ate cake. Oh no. Uh, not a D's nuts joke. That's oh no. That's the one dad joke I'll be just like I remember there was this one person um, that I work with absolutely abhors dad jokes. And me and another guy didn't realize this whatsoever. But one Halloween, our manager bought us a giant bag of mixed candy. And me and him loved dad jokes so much that we went and read through every single Laffy Taffy joke in the entire bag. He was like he was like fuming by the end of the shift, and we had no idea. Welcome, Hunter. And so it was just so fantastic. Oh, why are Australians so good at chess? Because they invented it. I mean, checkmate. uh, welcome, Hunter. You're just coming into a load of dad jokes. uh, if you have any more dad jokes to add onto the pyre, feel free. well, first, well, well, first and foremost, it isn't poison. No pony is trying to hurt your sister. Princess Celeste? Oh, did I ever record that? I forgot I'm on to the second paragraph. Maybe I should sit this one out. Oh, why does everyone hate dad jokes? They're so good, and it's very idle. No one's written a fanfic about no being some sort of god who gets drinks until awful. Oh. I mean, oh, that train of thought has been lost, and Idol would probably be terrified by that euphemism. They're already in control of our minds. I can see him wearing a tinfoil hat to keep the thought trains out of his head. Begone thought. People will get suspicious by people having it work. I will write it if no. What your no? I can see your game desk. I can see you writing a chapter, and then halfway through it switches to the first chapter of Shattered Skies. I can see that ploy from a mile away. I mean, if you do an actual one, that'd be hilarious to see. I want to see it. That'd be so cool. Also, to add on to the first, onto the thing going on in general, uh, I would absolutely see Twilight being um, the nutty professor, just losing all her. Twilight is definitely probably more of a nutty professor drunk than maybe. Actually, no. Maybe no. She's pretty outgoing, so probably not a Mary Poppins. Because definitely Mr. Hyde is for sure just stress. And what is stress induced? So, like, she wouldn't be Mr. Hyde because she because she already gets it. She already gets it out in the open. The thought trains are always lurking just outside your view. Oh yes, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, I love that one. Level 2 would be switching back and forth from Mirror Story to Shattered Skies, and one story try to overcome the other by force. Oh, yes. War stories. And, okay. I definitely don't think. I definitely think that Twilight is the lightweight of the group. And I think at for for one reason or another, I think Fluttershy could drink them all under a table. I don't know why I think that, but I think that is just the juxtaposition of her character that'd just be the best. I don't know if Fluttershy would be the Hyde. I think she would just drink them all under the table and just be what's the first one? A oh what uh, uh a Hemingway. I don't know. I'd feel like they're definitely Hemingway because we have kind of seen Rainbow and AJ a little bit drunk, and they're kind of more Mary Poppin characters. Pinky it should never touch the stuff whatsoever. I I don't know. I don't know. I don't see any of them as particularly aggressive, except for maybe Rarity. Although I don't know if that's just because of personality or because she's my least favorite. But I just love the juxtaposition of Fluttershy just drinking them all under the table, and that'd be where my bits are on. uh, Princess Celestia's entire body. Princess Celestia's entire body seemed to relax, and she sat heavily by the entrance to her sister's room. In all the time I had known her, she had never looked so haggard before. Even her naturally waving mane were Even her naturally wavy mane was moving erratically, as if whatever breeze typically energized it was replaced by a strange tempest. One curl flared to orange before fading back into the colorful mass to my immense surprise. Oh, thank Harmony. If not poison, then what happened to her? She's already aggressive as normal. Rarity would just down the entire bottle of champagne while sobbing in the corner. Oh. Oh wait, Fluttershy being the height of the group actually does make a lot of sense. Because remember the first gala, the "You're going to love me!" Yeah, I can definitely see Fluttershy doing that. I can absolutely. Not poison, then what happened to her? I completely forgot Celestia's voice, but I remember it's something along these lines. Oh, thank Harmony. If not poisoned, then what has happened to her? The doctor wiped his brow with a hoof. It seems to be exhaustion, a severe case of the flu, and perhaps some anxiety. Certainly stress. Your sister needs time and rest to recover. The flu? Luna has the flu? Celestia spluttered, disbelieving. Tender care. She's an alicorn. We don't. Yes, yes, I'm well aware that you don't get sick. My predecessors have been aware that there are a number of books written about it. I'm to believe that you've. I'm to believe. He's just more Dumbledore at this point. And 10 points to Gryffindor. Yes, yes, I'm well aware that. And. Boop. And. Boop. Save. This week on Nox's Adventure, the drunk god causes the dressmaker to chug champagne. Pinky is sent to. Pinky is sent to. 10 points to Celestia Door. Alright, this is going to be a strange tangent, but what Hogwarts houses would the princesses slash main six be in? I could definitely see Luna being a Ravenclaw slash Slytherin. She definitely has that ambition. Starlight definitely has the ambition of Slytherin. Applejack and Rainbow Dash probably Gryffindor. Fluttershy, Hufflepuff, absolutely Hufflepuff. Pinky, probably also Hufflepuff. Yeah, definitely Hufflepuff. Although she does know a great many things, so probably Ravenclaw too. This week on Nox Adventure, the drunk god causes the dressmaker to chug champagne. Pinky is sent to the loony bin, and the rest are losing their minds. Twilight, definitely a Raven. Most of them are in Ravenclaw, to be honest. Well, no. 3 in Ravenclaw, 2 in Gryffindor. Celestia, I don't know, Hufflepuff. She doesn't really do a whole lot of stuff. Maybe Gryffindor. She might be eking it Gryffindor, but probably Hufflepuff. But Luna, probably Ravenclaw or Slytherin. Just because that either that ambition or the whole dream walking knowledge that she has. Yes, because I've never seen Top Gear, so I only know the 1940s radio announcers. And also because it reminds me of Has Been Hotel, which Alistair's fun fact, Alistair's singing voice is Black Griffin, which I never knew, and now I can't hear anything but Black Griffin every time Alistair sings. Also, I'm trapped in this box. Somebody send help. My mind broke years ago. And there's... was the mind broken before it went into the box, though? Yes, I'm well aware that you don't get sick. My predecessors have been aware that there are a number of books written about it. I'm to believe you've even read some of them. Between Unicorn Magical Resistance, Pegasus, Environmental Control, and Earth Pony Hardiness, Alcorns simply don't get sick often enough to matter. Fine, I'm aware. I am aware. I am also aware that God's Pony Hooves had to scrub his armor because your sister sicked on him. Now, are you going to argue with me or listen to my supposition? Are you going to argue with me or listen to my supposition? While true, I had mostly burned it off with magic and only rinsed the remainder. It was also grossly impolite to bring it up. I don't know how... Something about this dialogue. Either I'm reading it wrong or something isn't fitting the way it should be fitting. Oh, he's probably supposed to sound exasperated. I forgot the exasperation. Luna got time travel to the future. Chronics ensues. Oh no, that's no. Oh gosh, that's terrible. Almost as terrible as the one time I saw this dad joke saying, if they got the virus, they hope they also get Lyme disease because you can't have Corona without Lyme. And I was like, it's so bad. Desk, that is also a very valid thing. Yes, I'm well aware that... Yes, I'm well aware that you don't get sick. My predecessors have been aware that there's numbers of books written about it. I'm to believe that you've even read some of them. Between Magical Unicorn Resistance... Magical Unicorn. Oh, gosh. I'm to believe between between unicorn magical resistance, Pegasus environmental control, and Earth pony hardiness, Alicorns simply don't get sick often enough to matter. Fine, I am aware. I am also aware that God's pony hooves had to scrub his armor because your sister sicked on him. Now are you going to argue with me, or listen to my supposition? While true, I had mostly burned it off with magic, and only rinsed the remainder. It was also grossly impolite to bring it up. I made it through a paragraph! Woo! And only an hour in. This is going splendidly. The princess looked at me. The princess glanced at me, lowered her head, and nodded. Forgive me, Doctor. I am at a loss. Go on, please. Please, again. I believe that Princess Luna's access to magic was severely limited by the elements of harmony. Her magical protections as an alicorn... As an alicorn. Her magical resistance as an alicorn was went out the window. I believe that Princess Luna's access to magic was severely limited by the elements of harmony. Her magical protections as an alicorn were... I said alicorn. Also, he's getting more and more into that one dude's voice. What's that one dude's voice? Steve Attenborough. He's just becoming more and more Attenborough-esque as time goes on. I believe that Princess Luna's access to magic was severely limited by the elements of harmony. Her magical protections as an alicorn. Doctors don't stumble. I believe that Princess Luna's I believe that Princess Luna's access to magic was severely limited by the elements of harmony. Her magical protections as an alicorn were torn away entirely. He's not Southern. No, the curse has returned. Even Stephen Attenborough will become Southern. It is fate. I believe that Princess Luna's access to magic was severely limited by the elements of harmony. Her magical protections as an alicorn were torn away entirely. At this moment, I fear she is at risk from... well, almost everything. Even a common cold will play havoc until she fights it off naturally or her magic recovers. I am making steady progress, and I don't know how I feel about that. And how long will that take? I do not know, Your Highness. I would recommend isolation for at least a month while we run... I do not know, Your Highness. I would recommend isolation for at least a month while we run some tests. Progress is the antithesis to the stream. Antithesis. Antithetical. Yes, antithetical. I thought it was going to be antithesis. Is antithetical and antithesis the same thing? I don't know. I don't know words. Why am I reading and editing books when I don't know words? I don't know. Y'all somehow chose me, and I chose you, and we're here like 4 years later. No, not 4. Only 3. I think the 3-year anniversary is coming up. I don't want to be Sweetie Belle. Have a good night, MQ. Glad you could drop by. I'm hoping to make this a more regular thing, but we all know my perchance for actually sticking to a schedule. So have a good night. We'll see you when I see you. Anyway, I see. I must speak to my sister about this. The doctor stepped in front of the door. The doctor stepped in front of the door. Your Highness, I must refuse entry. There was a pop and a sizzle from Celestia's mane, but she There was a pop and a sizzle from Celestia's mane, but she smothered down the complex mixture of emotions. You can try. And she is just ready to slap down this doctor for his insolence. You can try. No, Princess, please. Your sister's condition is an edge case scenario. Put simply, she could make you sick. Doctor, I believe we have discussed this. May I ask when it was that I last came to you for anything but information or a checkup? Doctor, I believe we have discussed this. May I ask when it was last I came to you for anything but information or checkup? Miss Sparkle caught a cold after one too many late nights in the library and you panicked. I did not. I did not. Her voice is just becoming deeper and deeper, and please, kid. Oh, there we go. Please. I did not quite like the into the dirt. I did not. I did not. The princess cleared her throat, looking sheepish. She lowered her voice to a more conversational level, and I believed all appreciated it. I was not panicking. She said she felt too tired to read. I was not panicking. She said she felt too tired to read. That is a reasonable cause for alarm, I agreed. Be that as it may, Your Highness, it is not for your health, but for your sister's. Anything your constitution could safely ignore may take root in her, and then, through her, return to you, empowered by access to what little source of magic she has access to, and anything with that level of power could be incredibly dangerous to the citizenry. And you, as I recall, were just visiting a children's hospital. Something that I've seen in multiple stories, and V, you could try and fill me in on this because we might have talked about this before, and I have the worst memory imaginable. But how long in your story, in the lore, how long are average lifespans? Roundabout, because there's some stories that make them similar to humans. There's other stories that make them more similar to that since the since they have magic, they live longer. So like they're pushing like 300 years kind of deal. And I think that's mainly to do with Apple Bloom saying that that mainly with Granny Smith being one of the founders of Ponyville, but Twilight also saying that Ponyville has been around for centuries. Hey, who here knows the Top Gear presenter names? I need pony version names for them for a joke. Nice. But I'm very curious because, yeah, it does say in the show, Granny's probably pushing like 300 years. They said centuries, at least 300 to 400 years roundabout. So, what does that entail? There's another good fic, My Life as a what was it? It's like My Life as a Bipedal Quadruped. I have to look this up now because it's going to drive me crazy until I can find out what exactly that is called. All right, so it is My Life as a Bipedal Quadruped, and it's about a human coming to Equestria and suddenly gaining hundreds of years onto her lifetime. Also, since she's about 20, she's still like a child. I think Occam's razor. Either she's hundreds of years old or the writer's effed up. I don't know. Like, I mean, even Celestia remembers. She even has a picture of her being at like Celestia, and she and probably easily ask Celestia, "Hey, when did you meet Brandy Smith?" Yes. Okay. When did you meet? When did you first meet her? When she was a kid. When you and I gave her family Ponyville. And I don't know. I like to when it comes to lore, I kind of like to ignore that there's a writer just there's writers just making things up just because lore. It's kind of the thing that a lot of like theorists like to use is like even if it goes against current lore, it's still part of the lore. It's officially part of the lore. So everything except for Cursed Child is canon. But so that that would make her like hundreds of years old, but is that like just strange for Granny Smith? Or is it like a common pony age? I have no idea. There's actually this one story. It's actually in the Foal of the Forest series. So if you're planning on reading the Savage Sky series, cover your ears because I might be spoiling a little bit of the thing. No one in her family puts the pieces together that Granny is uh, a lot older than uh, than they realize. Uh, that she's been with the family for she's outlived generations of the Apple family, and then it's like I think it was Spike talking to Apple Bloom and it was like, uh, "Your granny like founded Ponyville, right?" And she's like, "Yeah." And Ponyville's been around for 300 years. What does that have to do with anything? Oh. And then that made Apple Bloom realize that, hey, my grandma is like several hundred years old. That's a bit strange. And it's actually tied into the magic system in that universe, and it's really good. Not Shattered Skies, Savage Skies. Completely different. Not Shattered Skies, Savage Skies. It starts with Full of the Forest. It's a 10-part series. It's fantastic, but it's completely finished, so you don't have to worry about it being dropped by the author. But anyway, uh, that's like either people. There seems to be like three camps. It's either, oh, uh, she's actually 300 years old, or and that's just Pony's average age. They can ignore it completely. Or, yes, she's over 300 years old, and uh, that is very odd. So it's tied into something story related. Savage skies, skies. Can you not hear my thick my thick Midwest accent? But yeah, that's anyway. Getting off that tangent, but I think of it tonight on Top Carriage. Hamster burns down an element's home. Captain Slow buys the wrong hair dye, and Jezza gets hit. And Jezza gets hits a producer. Nice. And every time you say Top Gear, it's just going to be in the 1940s radio announcer voice Because that's the only voice I know he can call up on command. Celestia glared down at the doctor, and for once I felt the full weight of her displeasure settle on someone. You are asking me to abandon my sister so soon after she has returned to me, when she is at her weakest? I am asking you to exercise restraint and allow us to do our jobs for her well-being and your own. And here we see... and here we see the idol. I just don't watch a lot of TV. I never watch Top Gear. I don't know it. I know that there's a bunch of memes and it's like the Mr. Beast of TV shows, but I don't know it too well. That's the only one I know about. I am asking you to exercise restraint and allow us to do our jobs for her well-being and your own. Your Highness, may I offer a question and possibly a suggestion? Yes. Yes, Corporal? Corporal. Yes, Corporal? Yes, Corporal? No. Yes, Corporal? Would a shield prevent this transmission of illness? The doctor frowned, pensive. It would have to be one Tartarus of a shield. I love how the show went out of their way to not put in swear words. Like peeved and Tartarus. Even though Twilight doesn't know how to pronounce Tartarus. But it's just like, no one's going to say Tartarus just because it's 3 syllables. If you're making an exclamation, you're not going to say 3 syllables. Most people can barely get through 1 before giving up. I believe Lieutenant Shining Armor to be up to such a task. He is skilled beyond my own comprehension. Princess Celestia raised a hoof to her chin. That would be possible, I suppose. I will speak to him. I will need ponies I trust to watch after my sister in this hour of need. And who better than the pony who has never used a sick day and is already beyond passingly familiar with Lieutenant Armor's shields? Oh. Puts on natural. Here in the wild, we can see Wild Idol, completely unaware of his reputation as a swinger. Oh my gosh, Tartarus. Oh, that would be clever. I would love that. But the pun got lost. They sent more than... they did send, like, only a centaur there, and then everything else filled in after that. And then a child, but we're going to ignore her because she tried to murder the world. But anyway. Imagine if, like, those auto captions on YouTube just saw Tartarus and did get the pun, and everyone just thought it was like, oh, it's YouTube messing up again like they did with Stephen Magnet. I did not wince, but the honor was unbearable. Your Highness, there are many ponies. Your Highness, there are many ponies. None who were by her side at that moment, and none who carried her to the medics. Idle hooves, you may have my gratitude, but you'll get for your life all your freedoms. None who were by her side in that moment, and none who carried her to the medics. Idle hooves, you have my gratitude, but I ask but none who were by her side at that moment, and none who carried her to the medics. Idle hooves, you have my gratitude, but I must ask more of you. May I trust you with this? Yes. I bowed my head low, lowering myself on forelegs. Your will be done. Your will be done. That olden speak, it just sounds so bad. Your will be done. it just it just sounds like bad grammar and it. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Idle. Thank you, Idle. There was relief in her tone, and there was relief. There was relief in her tone, and some of her fear abated. The gratitude washed over me in a wave, and my exhaustion burned away in that warmth. Oh gosh. With your permission, Your Highness, I would like to take the rest of the day off. I have much that I must do. With your permission, Your Highness, I would like to take the rest of the day off. I have much that I must do. She blinked, then gave a small laugh. Of course, you have not left, sir. Of course, you have not left since waking the castle. Of course, you have not left her since waking the castle. Go, see to your business, and rest with my blessing. Pun for the pun gown, warrior forevermore, yeah, never dies. The war starts now, the chaos begins in 4, 3, 2, 1. V, do us a favor and write a holiday fanfic. Something silly. He must be rewarded for serving the fandom. I don't know if I've been serving the fandom that well. I mean, like, we're not even halfway. I'm not even at the halfway point. Oh, okay. I'm a little bit past the halfway point of getting to current events. I probably would have been done like a year ago. Except I'm absolutely terrible. But I'm glad that all y'all enjoy enjoy my mind silliness. Although an April Fool's chapter would be fantastic. Or, you know what? Now that I think about it, I've already been in the fic. I've already been in the fic. If you think about it a little bit too hard, when Idle was being copied by so many changelings, that's I hint to me. Then there were there 3 or were there 4? If there was 3, then it makes perfect sense because then you have fanfic reader, which is imposter number 1, me, who is imposter number 2, and then you have V, which is idle imposter number 3. Have you been drunk? Have you been singing? Because those are serving the fandom. It is very true. I am always drunk, but I am drunk and high on life and this delicious agua. Agua is fantastic. Except this is kind of like bad agua because it's kind of warm. But anyway, because it's just so hot, and I forgot to put it in the fridge last night like a dope. Let's see. Of course, you have not. Of course, you have not left her since waking the castle. Of course, you have not left her since waking the castle. Of course, You have not left her since waking the castle. Go, see to your business, and rest with my blessings. I will have need of you on the morrow, when we will discuss your new roles. I hurried off, leaving the more compromised princess to discuss how she could see her sister without chasing off her doctor. A runner was sent to find Shining Armor, and I remember when I first started, I was like, I'm going to save all the bloopers and edit them together, kind of like what Lost Narrator does. And then after editing like the first chapter, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that ever again. I hurried off, leaving the more I even messed compromise. It's composed. The more composed princess. Yeah. What? Why am I in a? Why do I keep on recording in the closet? I mean sound quality, but I just keep on hitting close and whatnot. The 12-hour extended cut of chapter 1 was too much editing. Ah, it's so true. As y'all are aware, chapters did not pick up until chapter 3 or 4 when I started live streaming them. Maybe I should start live streaming me editing chapters, although that might be a little bit boring because I kind of have to be a little bit quieter for those. So I don't know how much would get done, especially when I'm drunk all the time. Nothing would get done. Although, is that any different from what I do now? I don't know. I hurried off, leaving the more composed princess to discuss how she could see her sister without chasing off her doctor. A runner was sent to find Shining Armor, and I had much to do. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Lord Deface! I forgot. I had no idea that Lord Deface was in this chapter. What am I going to say Lord Deface's name is? Or his voice? What should I do for Lord Deface's voice? I completely forgot. I completely forgot. How could I forget? How could you guys let me forget that I was going to be doing Lord Deface this chapter? Oh my gosh. Overwhelmingly posh and disdainful. I will do my best. I also love that we just all call him Lord Deface, even though his name is not mentioned once in the entire story. I took care to put my... I need a longer part. I took care to put my armor away. I scoured it once more with green flame, heating the metal and ensuring that nothing still clung to it, though Topaz had suggested that my own physiology, pronunciation guide, help. I know how that probably should sound, and I can't understand it.
Physiology.
Okay. You don't expect a word to be that long to be five syllables. At least I don't. Seriously, 5 syllables in like a just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In a 10, 5. The syllables are half the word. Physiology. I don't know who Tony J is. Well, let me look up who Tony J is, because I don't know. Tony J. I don't recognize. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, 2006. What was he in? Beauty and the Beast, Sunflash at Notre Dame? The Jungle Book 2? I never read Jungle Book 2, but he was Frollo? Cool. We've got to have the move name. The move nay? Is that how you're saying that's the Monet? The Monet. The Monet. I I'm guessing that's what you're oh, the money. Oh. Why is my brain is too slow? Get out, you fool. I'll find her. I'll find her if I have to burn down all of Paris. Like fire, dark fire. Now, gypsy, it's your turn. Choose me or your pyre. Be mine or you will burn. God have mercy on her. God have mercy on me. She will be mine or she will burn. Boom. Yeah, I saw Black Griffin do a one take of Hellfire. He does a spot on Frollo voice. Your bits or your love. This is a mugging. This is a mugging, see? Changeling pops out of bin and seduces. Man, so many changelings in bins nowadays. Sneaky, sneaky devil. Oh gosh, Desk and V are sending me things. Oh, we've got to have money. What is even this from? What is this cartoon from?
We've got to have money.
We've got to have money. Dun,
Look at that disgusting display. Yes, sir.
yeah, yes, sir. I need to watch Hunchback of Notre Dame again because it's been ages since I've seen it. Also, I've completely forgot that Paris was on fire at the end of the movie. Like, I didn't realize that happened, and I have no idea how it came to pass that it came. The 90s Tom and Jerry movie, oh my gosh. Really? I had no idea. We've got to have money. Yes, I can definitely do a voice much like this. I can definitely do a voice much like that. We've got to have money. Money, 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 money. Money. Ba-da-da-da-bow. Ba-da-da-da-bow. Ba-da-da-da-da. 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 Now I need to watch Limitless. I don't even own Limitless. How am I going to be able to watch it? No. It's not even on Netflix, so I can't watch it. It was on Equinox Plus. If money is such a problem, we should help them. We should rob them. Lifestyles of the rich and the famous. Always complaining. Always complaining. All right. I took care to put my armor away. I scoured it once more with green flame, heating the metal and ensuring that nothing still clung to it, though Topaz had suggested that my own physiology was too different from a pony's for most illnesses to make jumps from one species to the next. Our nature as omnivores and apparent scavengers protected us from the rest. Our nature as omnivores and apparent scavengers protected us from the rest. Oh, yes, yes, thank you for the ball. And throw. I entered the darkness of the tunnels below Canterlot, though I did not seek out the nymph. For the first time in so long I could barely recall, I created a new pony form. An earth pony, sturdy, light coat, elements of bold flank and blue blood, aristocratic, powerful, possessing of wealth and refinement. It would have to do. I found the Bilkmore. I found the Bilkmore brother. The Bilkmore brothers. You could not have picked a harder name. V. I found the Bilkmore brothers as night fell. I found the Bilkmore brothers as night fell. They were packing for the day, but the prospect of money drew them more surely. They were packing for the day, but the prospect of more. They were packing for the day, but the prospect of money drew them more surely than the promise of rest ever could. Yay, I get to do my radio announcer voice. Yay. Flamin' Flam Bilkmore at your service, my fine stallion. Sellers of many fine products, fine silverwork, exotic plates. Why, this saddle came all the way from Saddle Arabia, and would suit a fine gentle stallion like yourself, wouldn't it, brother of mine? I raised an eye. It was gaudy and terrible. I could imagine no pony from Saddle Arabia. I raised an eye. It was gaudy and terrible. I could imagine no pony from Saddle Arabia wearing the thing. Wasta, perhaps, but even so. What's the matter with you? Don't like fine silks? My dear brother, without the matching ensemble, it would be an absolute shame. But we have the saddlebags right here as well. But let's get down to business. For a pony of your refinement, you can only have come for one thing. A Bilkmore Brothers Amazing Star Show in a Box version 2! The younger of the two grinned, holding one of the black contraptions. This one had various constellations drawn over it, and I must admit, it was nicer than a plain black box. I gave a nod, examining the device. Apart from the stars on the outside, it looked identical to the previous models. So this is one of the... We've got to have. So this is one of the star boxes that Princess Luna was delighted over. So this is one of the star boxes that Princess Luna delighted over? Well, it's not as great as hers, I'm afraid. That was our absolute finest model, the mustache-bearing brother claimed. Pity. I would like to have... I mean, it's kind of funny because Idol just always already has a kind of a posh accent. So make him more posh. Pity. I would... I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Pity. I would very much like to have one of my own. Pity. I would have very much liked to have one of my own. Pity. I would have very much liked to have one of my own. That's not posh enough. Needs to be Porsche. How did I... Needs to be Porsche. Yeah, see? We will get this stallion if it's the last thing we do. Yeah. Pity. Pity. I would have very much liked to have one of my own. The younger perked up. Well, we could retool one of our manufacturing processes and produce one of similar quality, though it would take a great deal of time and expense. One. I smiled. It was forced, and I disliked falsifying the emotion beyond what was required for the sake of politeness. Still, I was very rarely so investigative, and smiling apparently made ponies talk. Both nodded eagerly. Only one, of course, of course. All of our models are absolutely unique, impossible to replicate. Only one. And there shall be only one. 3 is the number of the count, and the number of the count shall be 3. Thou shalt not count 2 unless it is preceded immediately followed by 3. 4 is right out, as is 5. Only one, of course, of course. All of our models are absolutely unique, impossible to replicate. The first brother agreed cheerfully. My smile widened. And 1. You'd like a second? We could arrange that, but they wouldn't be the same. We can't help it. You'd like a second? We could arrange that, but they wouldn't be the same. We can't help it. We can't. 4 is too many, and 5 is right out. There's so many movies I want to watch now. You'd like a second? We could arrange that, but... You'd like a second? We could arrange that, but they wouldn't be the same. We can't help it. That is fair. I nodded slowly, smile plastered on. And you stand by the quality. Absolutely. Absolutely. The princess herself gave us a blessing. There are some minor usage and care restrictions, but there's no reason you wouldn't be able to pass it on to your grandfoals. A piece of equestrian history in the making. Two. Man. 2. Wednesday. 2. 2. 2. My face twitched, the emotions roiling. My face twitched. The emotions roiling from these two were making me ill. There was a hunger to them, a disquiet, not merely dishonest, then, enjoying the game, the challenge. 2? 2? The flim or flam said, looking confused. A vague sense of unease was building. That was fine. Still, I needed more information. How did you come up with such a wonderful invention? How did you come up with such a wonderful invention? The flim or flam ignored his brother's concern. Oh, it came to us in a dream. We can barely understand the spells ourselves. It's why we needed the princess's blessing. Two, again. Shrek, again. Two again. We've got to have 2 again. 2 again. 2 again. Brother of mine, just hold on a second. 2 what? Brother of mine, just hold on a second. 2 what? That is twice each of you has lied. That is twice each of you has lied. That is twice each of you has lied to me. My smile stretched further. I questioned the guidance that has led me to believe ponies were more talkative when confronted with a broad smile. If anything, they seem to be rethinking matters. The first, Flim, I decided, for I did not truly care, bristled. How dare you, sir? Are you calling me a liar to my face? Both brothers were now facing me, each off to one side, too far apart to watch both together, so close. Both brothers were now facing me, each off to one side, too far apart to watch both together, while so close to me. I am. Please continue. I am. Please continue. I am. Please continue. The stretched feeling changed slightly, and something dripped from my right cheek. This smile was beginning to feel very unpleasant, and my cheek ached. Perhaps I needed to practice this grin more. I was unused to such blatant shows of emotion. I felt brazen. I did not like it. The younger brother, Flam, flinched. Good. I hoped his conscience pricked him terribly. Why suddenly World of Light? Hold on, I have to look. Sudden World of Light, because I was reminded of this video where this guy who could perfectly mimic the announcer voice for Melee read the entire roster in like joke format. It was like Mario, Gazy, Toot Noot, Rosa and Rosa. Nice. Shrek again. And it just kept going for the entire roster, and it was. I watched it like 4 years. I watched it like 3 years ago, and it was so good. I'll have to link it if I can find it again. I just watched it. I just rewatched it like not too long ago, so it shouldn't be too far. But I'll be sure to put that in live stream related or something when I find it. We work at the behest of the princess herself, friend, and if you question our product, we shall see she hears of it, and we are the very first under her patronage. I ground my teeth at that, and I fear it was audible. You are not my friend, peddler. I have served since... You are not my friend, peddler. I have served since before her arrival in Equestria. Her Majesty's will shall be done. Off the throne, Jester, the king sits there. But it only sits one. You are not my friend, peddler. You are not my friend, peddler. I have served since... You are not my friend, peddler. I have served since before her arrival in Equestria. Her Majesty's will shall be done. Damn, my face was slipping. I had damaged my disguise with misuse of my anger. I briefly considered readjusting it. Damn, my face was slipping. I had damaged my disguise with misuse of my anger. I briefly considered readjusting, but... Damn, my face was slipping. Damn, my face was slipping. I had damaged my disguise with misuse of my anger. I briefly considered readjusting, but hoped they didn't notice. Control. It was sure to be a minor thing. I stepped forward, intent on revealing their lies. I would crush one box, show them the contents, and accept my punishment for destroying another's property. But I would not allow this farce to continue unchecked. We work for the princess herself. Both took several steps back and away. Now, wait a second. Is there displeasure with our products? Asked Flim, staring at my lower jaw. A thing had shifted slightly. Asked Flim, staring at my lower jaw. A thing had shifted slightly, I realized. Barely noticeable. It probably just looked odd. I schooled myself, kept smiling. Flam. We work at the... Flam. Asked Flam, staring at my lower jaw. A thing had shifted slightly. Asked Flam, staring at my lower jaw. A thing had shifted slightly, I realized. Barely noticeable. It probably just looked odd. I schooled myself, kept smiling. Flam appeared to be turning green. That was past strange. There is great displeasure with your products. It reflects poorly on my mistress. I widened my smile. Flam made a noise, but he seemed unwilling. I widened my smile. I made a noise, but... I widened my smile. Flam made a noise, but he seemed unwilling to talk anymore, so I ignored him. I am here to discuss recompense. We would assuredly provide refunds for anyone displeased, but you don't seem to have a box on you, sir. I do not, but that pleases me. I would like that in writing. Lord Deface is so much fun. I do not, but that pleases me. I would like that in writing. Everyone has a receipt? I would like that in writing explicitly. Flim bounded to a table, snatching up a piece of parchment and scribbling his promise of a refund on the page, and signed with a shaky flourish. Will that suffice? It will, I accepted, pleased. Be in the market square tomorrow. Let us say first light, when my mistress's other duties are done. The two shared a look, and I felt fury boil inside me. Do not make me find you. Compounding your crimes will displease us greatly. I was already loath to tell my princess that she had indeed been the victim of fraud. A return of what was owed was a start. I left them then. Their cart stank of emotions, and I wanted to be away from. I left them then. Their cart stank of emotions I left them then. Their cart stank of emotions I wanted to be away from. Emotions like fish shitting terror. Exactly. Oh man, I've only seen one fan art with Lord Deface in it, and I wish more people would draw Lord Deface, just because it's such a terrifying thing. Oh, that reminds me. Since Idol's already revealed himself as King Cucaracha, will he also accidentally reveal himself as Lord Deface? He is absolutely pulling a Hyde. Is that Idol when drunk is a Hyde, or is he more of a Hemingway? Oh wait, no. We have already seen him drunk. He is absolutely a Mary Poppins. Far more outgoing. My trek to Topaz's home was a quiet one, with too much introspection. I knocked on the door as if it was getting late. My trek to Topaz's home was a quiet one, with too much introspection. I knocked on the door as it was getting late, and if she was already asleep, I would enter by underground. Politeness dictated that I at least try to come by standard means. The door flew open and Topaz stuck her head out, peering at me. Idle? What did you do? Why are you somebody else? Nothing. I blinked. How did you know it was me? You're dripping ichor. 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 I remember looking this up once, and my terrible memory shows itself once again. Search. No, not search that. I want it at Google. Google help. Search word.
Ichor.
I did pronounce it right. Okay, ichor. Definitely. Definitely ichor. I love Idle pulling a hide. It took me to like my second read through to realize that he basically ripped his jaw, his like face open, and he's just dripping green blood everywhere. And especially saying that you have displeased my mistress would be absolutely much more terrifying than if it was just bleeding red pony blood instead of green monster blood, and then frankly retreating to the sewers. You're dripping ichor, it's obviously you. I mean, either you or a very confused changeling. What did you do to your face? Sit down, stay here. She pushed me down onto the sofa and perplexed. She pushed me down onto the sofa, and perplexed, I sat. She pushed me down onto the sofa, and perplexed, I sat. Topaz's concerned haranguing. Topaz's concerned haranguing. Topaz's concerned haranguing continued from the kitchen. Where have you been? You were supposed to visit Ponyville. You came back yesterday. Immediately we went to work. Don't come home last night. There's a poisoning. The princess is merely sick. My diagnosis was an error, I admitted, shedding my disguise. The princess is merely sick. My diagnosis... And he inadvertently implied he was a servant of my Nightmare Moon. Exactly. It's just so good. The princess is merely sick. My diagnosis was an error, I admitted, shedding my disguise. I admitted, shedding my disguise with a flash of fire. My face hurt. I admitted, shedding my disguise with a flash of fire. My face hurt horribly. She would not be deterred. Knew you'd be involved in that. You still don't come home, your shift ends, you still don't come home, you're gone all day, and then your shift should be starting. I took the day off. I took the day off. You finally come home instead of, you took the day off? Yes. A deliciously warm, damp towel pressed against my face, and I sighed in relief, relaxing into the chair. Peppermint, a bit of my own slime, and a hint of honey all mixed into hot water. It was a delight on par with the spa, and I finally felt at home again, as my split cheek seemed to be soaking up the soothing balm. Topaz hesitantly sat beside me. Want to talk about it? And so I did. I told her of my misgivings, of my assumptions that the princess had intended to send me upon a forced vacation, of the unnaturalness of the pink demon. Oh gosh. Also, I'm now realizing that my recording volume in Audacity is at 50%. It should be up here, and yet it isn't. Oh my gosh. At least 80. But, oh god, I messed up so bad. It's gonna sound terrible, and I'm way too far in to change something like that. I have to turn it down to 50 or else it will all just... Or else this whole thing, last half of the chapter, will just sound incredibly loud. Ah. One of the reasons why writing is easier than audio work. If you mess up on writing, you can just erase a sentence and rewrite it. Mess up in audio work. Time to re-record the entire thing again because a setting was misaligned. Yay! No! Desk, you know me well enough to know I can't stream sober. Want to talk about it? And so I did. I told her of my misgivings, of my assumptions that the princess had intended to send me upon a forced vacation. And so I did. And so I did. I told her of my misgivings, of my assumptions that the princess had intended to send me upon a vorst. No, we don't want any vorsts here. Also, yeah, him doing a hide, dripping green blood, implying that he serves the princess / Nightmare Moon, and serving before she returned. I have served longer. I have served far longer than far before. Oh gosh, Vorst. I just love. I want something to. I want. Like, I know this is great to get the Bilkmore brothers to, like, stop, or else, you're going to be facing, like, a demon monster kind of deal. But still, I want. I can't wait for someone to put it together, or for Topaz to accidentally slip up and say the thing when she tells Celestia everything. He serves the crown. Exactly. But, the way he worded it is like, especially, my mistress. He's been serving since before she came back. Before her return. I can't remember the exact words used, even though I just read that, like, 5 minutes ago. This is how terrible my memory is. Disforced. And so I did. I told her of my misgivings, of my assumptions that the princess had intended to send me upon a forced vacation, of the unnaturalness of the pink demon, of my disconcert with disconcert. Yeah, it is definitely disconcert. Of the unnaturalness of the pink demon, of my disconcert with the Bilkmore brothers, of Shining's findings, of having my morals questioned by the very element of loyalty, of Princess Luna's illness, of how I failed her, of how I sought to make things right, of how I was now to be partially responsible for her recovery, and I told her of my newly discovered orders. She nodded, having a better understanding of the matter than even myself. The princess sounds bad? What do you mean princess sounds bad? Of Princess Luna's illness, of my disconcert with the Bilkmore brothers. And so I did. I told her of my misgivings, of my assumptions that the princess had... You're right, it does sound bad. Alright, time to erase all that. Although, I think it's about time to end the stream, because it feels like my voice is giving out, and better to quit while we're ahead. We're a little bit before the starting line, but there's nowhere to go from the bottom but up. So we're ahead, just barely, but we're a little bit ahead. Oh man, you guys are just far too good at distracting me. This is a celebration. V2 knocks 0. Well, I won't say I'll see you next week because we know how bad my promises of a sustained schedule is. So I will hopefully see you. I'll hopefully see y'all if when you join me next time. And for now, no promise on chapters either. No, I'm way too. I've done it way too many times to promise anything like that. But either way, thank y'all for coming out tonight, and I hope you enjoy Independence Day or National Trader Day, or yes, some people. Y'all have fun. Be safe out there, and I shall see you. And I'll see you when I see you. Have a good night.